Great. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It is so good to be back with my family. And I'm Jerry Ziegenfuss calling in from a little town in Florida. And it is sunny today. So some of you might not have that, but we do. I'd like to welcome all our new people. Please, new people make this call, keep it going. And we call it our Monday morning miracle call. And you might not know why, but what it is all you new people, please tell us your results if you're having any, because these are our miracles. And everyone here is so appreciative to hear of you. Don't be shy, please. And what you're going to do is you're going to raise your hand, look at the bottom of the screen, and you have a reaction button. Go on there and just raise your hand. And then while you are talking, after I call on you, please leave it up because then I can see you on the screen. It makes it really easy. So what we like to do is limit your testimonies to about 30 seconds to a minute. It is a long time, believe it or not. And if you have a lot to tell us, which we'd like to hear, just come on back in and I'll call on you again. And we'd like to have the X39. It is our show patch. I mean, it is the best patch. It is the patch. And we like to make our show, the X39 show, the first 15 minutes. So if you could limit your testimonies to X39 for 15 minutes and then go to the other patches, we'd so much appreciate it. And we like to stay compliant, which means don't name diseases. And that is anything your doctors have told you you have, something like that. Just give us your symptoms, and most of the time we can figure it out. And we'd really like to hear what was wrong, what patch you're using, and then give us your results, because it really helps so many people on this call. We're already over 100 people. So you are helping that many people today when you give us your testimonies. So as I mentioned, we like to stay compliant. So what that means is we don't claim to cure, treat, diagnose, or prevent any condition. So if you have questions, this is the place to ask them too. So as I said in the beginning, I'm so glad to be back with you, and happy St. Patty's Day. And we will start today off with Kate Mars. Welcome, new director, Kate Mars.
Thank you. So good to see all the smiling faces and be with you. I wanted to share something that happened last week that is a clear lesson on the benefit of attending these calls. And I could hear voices of my friends advising me, and I was having a very scary moment while I was driving. I've never had this feeling before, and my leg was experiencing some kind of odd cramping and pain. It started at the ankle and kept gradually going up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to give thought to I'm having a blood clot travel up my leg. And I tried to breathe and think, and what would my friends do? And I went, oh, I got it. Move that X39 off your neck and put it on your leg. And as I was driving down the road, I got that done. And within just a few moments, my leg calmed down. It went back to normal. And I was so glad that I could just pull that out from inside myself. And, all I can think of is thank you, thank you, thank you for this call and for everybody contributing. So keep coming. Don't stop coming, because we are building our first aid kit for ourselves and also for everybody that we're supporting, because these stories, in my mind, come up all the time. Every time I talk to a new person, I use an example from what I've gotten from this particular call. So I'm so grateful.
Thank you so much, Kate. And yes, I mean, probably not the same experience, but I get cramps a lot of times. And if I'm driving and I'm your old school, I have a clutch, I have to have a manual transmission. And sometimes when I'm using it, my leg will cramp up. I just grab an X39 and I put it there and it does the trick. So thank you so much, Kate, for mentioning that. So let's go on. Carol Lynn, please come in.
Good morning, everyone. Happy St. Patty's Day. I call all of you my love tribe, and it's because everyone here is so loving and supportive. So exactly what you're saying, Kate, it's so great to be here. And I'm investing in my aliveness with X39. I started when I was 70, 2.5 years ago, because I needed to have a thumb joint replaced in my dominant hand a third time. I'd already had two surgeries on the same joint being replaced from too much space barring and mousing and 40 years of banging on the keyboard. So in 10 days, I was able to drive and type and write. I could chop veggies. I sailed through the physical therapy process in 2 months instead of 4 to 6 months. And the real reason I needed these patches was because I had an autoimmune condition in my mouth. And it had been there for years, like almost 5 years, lots of doctors, lots of money, lots of angst. And in 3.5 months, I went to get a biopsy from my periodontist MD, and he said I had nothing there to biopsy. And so I was wearing X39 here on the back of my ear, and sometimes here, two X39s on my jawline. And I'm telling you, keep with it, cumulative effect. I love these patches, and I love David Schmidt for figuring this all out with his downloads.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. And you heard what Carolyn said. Consistency, please. My results after 2.5 years of them, I've been on them a little over 4. I could not get up or down. I looked like I was about 90. I used a table, a chair, and they hurt like heck. And didn't know that it was going there. And because of circumstances, had to get up in the attic for my Christmas decorations. And I was trying to figure out how to do it to get down. And I ended up going down and crawled all over the attic. No pain, got back up. And even then later, painted my baseboards on my knees. And that was 2.5 years, and it went to the knees. So just realize that you might want it to go to your elbow or wherever that might be. Your body's very smart, and the stem cells know where your body needs to have these stem cells placed. So in my case, it was a while, and it went to my knees, and it helped. So please be consistent and, as I say, persistent. So please, Michelle, come in. Unmute.
I'm on my phone and it's like it kept disappearing, the little icon. So sorry about that. So hi, Jonathan. I love your smile. Nice to have you back, Jerry. So good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I was going to share on Connie's Zoom last night, and I raised my hand too late, and Connie said, "Come on next week early." And so I'm going to share what I was going to share last night, and it's actually my mom's husband, who has a condition with his brain and his thinking where he's in a memory care facility. I know you can figure out what that is. He's been there for a couple of years. He also deals with blood sugar issues and has been on medication for a number of years. You guys, it's just the X39. That's the only patch that my mom has left with the ladies in the home there, the caregivers. And she told them, put this on the back of his neck every day. And it wasn't even that long. I mean, it was less than a year, it might've been 6 months. And he went back to his doctor, and the doctor said, you do not need to be on this blood sugar medication. And his brain is working. He doesn't have the angry outbursts. He's remembering things. He's coming back. Like he's coming back to life in a big way. Yeah. So
wow.
X39.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. So many miracle stories like that with the brain. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hi, Jonathan. Come on in. Nice to see you.
Jerry, so tell me something. What car do you have? You said it's the standard?
BMW.
You are a unicorn, you know that, right? There are very few of us left.
I know. The percentage is under 4%.
Listen, let me get back to this. I'll talk to you later.
Yes.
So X39. So I hope my story doesn't get old, but the first 8 weeks, this is 5.5 years ago when Lavelle introduced me to the company. 8 weeks of using just the X39. My cardiologist couldn't believe my blood pressure. It was amazing. He took me off my medication. I've been off it for 5.5 years. A year and a half later, this is X39. A year and a half later, my ticker was still doing crazy things, ticking any way it wanted to. A year and a half later, it started ticking the way that it should have, and it has never stopped. They couldn't believe it. They kept trying to give me surgery. I said, no, just wait. This is going to work. And it did. Amazing job. Thank you, X39. Thank you, David Schmidt. Thank you, God. Thank you, dear.
Thank you, Jonathan. I mean, the story about the heart, I'll share a short one. My dad, elderly, was on the patches, and his cardiologist, when I was taking him to the doctor, told me that the heart was better than when they put the pacemaker in 8 years before. So yes, does wondrous things for our hearts. Thank you, Jonathan. Lavelle or Majay, I'm not sure who's coming in.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
All right. So I'm gonna share a story. One of our friends, who's in our group, and his name is Chuck Walker, and he owns a hair salon and a barber shop. He has about 3,000 to 5,000 people come through his salon every month. He worked 7 days a week. So one day he came home on a Sunday, I think, and he said he felt like he was going to have a heart attack or a stroke. Now, let me back up. I had gave him some patches because he's a very good friend of ours, actually my wife's cousin, my friend, but my wife's cousin. And what happened is I gave him the patches like a month or so earlier, and he never tried them. And he ran and he had them sitting up on his dresser there. He said he laid down. He felt like, oh my gosh, what's going on? He looked up there. He said, let me see if these patches work. And he put the patches on, and the life came back into his body. And he's been on the products for 5 years now, 5.5 years. And he's never
Wow.
stopped.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
After that,
Saved
he's
his life.
never been.
Maybe it saved his life. Because
It
he was
could have,
like,
Lavelle. Yeah.
it's just, go ahead.
And no, I was just going to say, Lavelle, that's what we all need to do. Share these, share these, share these, because he had them. Yes, it might have saved his life. So you're a hero. Thank you so much. Laura Ben, please unmute.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I have a new experience. Last night when I went to bed, I had an uncomfortable pain in my shoulder, and the pain was all the way down to my hand where I could not grip something with my index and thumb. And if I tried to squeeze a little bit, the pain was so bad that I wanted to cry. So I decided to put X39. Actually, I put it on my shoulder first, but for some reason, it didn't seem to make a lot of difference. But I moved it down to here where the biggest pain was, and it disappeared. The pain just went. And now I can squeeze my fist very hard, and the pain just in the shoulder is not there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful results. And if you all heard what Laura Ben just said, our bodies are all different. They're all different. And you have to try. If it doesn't work here, move it. Move it here, move it there. Last night when Dr. Velvet was talking, I had missed this before, and she was talking about when you have the ringing in the ear. And I had never seen this. And since we're at the 15-minute mark, she takes the Eon, or was it the X39? I'm not sure now. I think it was
X39,
both of them. X39, and then if that didn't work, try Eon. And she just started at the top of the head and would go down slowly. And she said, let your body work to see where it stops, and where it stops the pain or makes it less, put it there. And she says it could possibly go all the way down to your ankle till you find the right spot. So please, like Laura Ben said, experiment and try if it doesn't work after a couple minutes.
One more thing I'd like to add is that if you don't drink enough water, you will experience weird stuff like cramping or pain that you think, oh, I'm using the patches, how come I have pain? Well, maybe you did not drink enough water, because that's what I do. Yeah.
Yes. And listen to her.
With-
Yes, that's
With
we were shy.
electrolytes, always
Yeah.
with electrolytes. Water
Very
alone
good.
is not good enough.
Very
Thank you.
good. Well, I can't wait till Celergize comes back too. I mean, that's going to really be making a difference for us with our bodies. But yes, water means it makes a difference. So please put that water in your body. So thank you, Laura Ben. Tammy Lou, would you oh, you're unmuted. Come on in.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I don't know if you can see me or not.
Now,
I don't
yes.
usually
Yeah.
put my camera on. So
Well, we'd love to see you. That's fine.
as you can see, I'm a hot mess looking this morning. I've been struggling with that virus that's been going around. You probably can hear it in my voice, but it's been very short-lived for me. It hasn't been as extended as a lot of people that I've seen or heard of or whatever here in Maine anyways. So yesterday I talked to Anne Moreau for a little bit and I was struggling. I hadn't had that cough or anything. And then yesterday afternoon, all of a sudden I started in with that really deep lung cough. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna go there. I hadn't gone there yet, but I'm gonna go there. And so, pardon me?
Just somebody was talking. Go continue, Tammy.
Oh, okay. So before I had really talked to her, I took 2 X39s and stuck them on my lung points because at that point I hadn't really had any other really bad symptoms. And that was at 5 o'clock last night. And I'm like, normally you don't sleep with those or anything. And then I put 2 Eons up here because I was experiencing some, nasal whatever, which you can hear, but I'm breathing, everything's clear. I went to bed. I didn't get up till 5 o'clock this morning.
Oh, okay.
I'm breathing. I didn't cough once throughout the night. And before that, I was really hacking. Like I was really, oh my goodness, I'm going to lose it,
Wow.
And
Amazing.
so I haven't coughed. It's, it's 11:18 right now. I have not coughed once. My head congestion is gone. You can still hear it, but I'm just amazed because
Yeah. Thank you
I'm,
so much. And
yeah.
what you said about not sleeping with it, it's okay to sleep with it, but just don't wear it during the day. And sometimes you just alternate that with the Eon. But yeah, you sound really good. You really can't tell.
I mean, I'm feeling really good. I'm shocked. I'm sound worse than I feel. I mean,
Okay.
I feel fabulous right now. So thank you for letting me share that. But
Thank
those
you,
2
Tammy.
lung points,
They're good
if
ones.
anybody ever has any lung issues, use your lung
Awesome.
points. It just
Yes.
was fabulous. Thank you
Very
for
good.
letting me share.
Thank you. Yes. Listen to her. Lung points are good. Yeah, right there. So Sunshine, please.
Hi, Jerry, and welcome back. We're so glad to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with Tammy Lou. The coughing thing can be what were you put X39 or was it energy enhancers, Tammy?
She did the X39s, but that's okay. You can put that. Energy enhancers are good there. Yeah.
Yeah, you can also put the energy enhancers like right here and here.
Right.
Whereas the X39s you were saying to put here and here, right?
Yeah.
And that also helps coughs and and I have a little cough in my throat. So I was on the Doc Talk last night. In case new people don't know what that is, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays, Doc Talk, where there's 10 doctors, some of whom are on this call right now, and giving of their time and answering people's questions in the chat. You really shouldn't miss that. And it capped out at 1,000 people last night.
I know.
So ConnieZoom.com, that's where that one is. Let's see, what was I going to say? Oh, about the ringing in the ears. I still have it. And so I was listening yesterday to the Doc Talk when, Dr. Velvet did talk about putting, what was it, just the X39? Or I need the clarification because I didn't hear her say also try Eon. Did she say?
Yeah, after she said you can try Eon after she was done, but she
Okay,
starts with
because I did. I went
X39.
all down my body, really slow.
Uh-huh.
X39, but I didn't catch that Eon part, and I'm gonna try that. So I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Welcome, Allie. You are our star. Oh gosh, the results you've been having, please. What are you going to share this morning?
It's really good to see you back. Well, for people who don't know, I had a major brain event a couple months ago, so a lot of my brain died, and I couldn't have done this last week. This is why you stay consistent. Yesterday, I woke up, I said, yes, I can do it. I moved 14 of my domain names from one provider to a different. It was totally technical stuff. I did all of it. I understood all of it. And I'm very, very grateful because I've been wanting to do it for a long time.
Wow, that's amazing, Allie. So good to have your recovery going so well. Thank you. So, wow, we're down to nobody. Okay. Anybody else want to share
Can I
any
say
stories?
something? Can I say something real quick?
Of course. Come on in, Jonathan.
Allie, you are better than me. I couldn't do that with 2.
I was going to say exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
God bless Anna.
Dr. Tom, welcome. Come on in.
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to share a quick story about IceWave. I did a little experiment on myself yesterday. I had done on my pull-up bar an extra bit of jumping and lots of up and down the stairs yesterday. And for some reason had a little tenderness at my knee and my kneecap, right where the quad insertion, right at the patella. And so I was a little tender walking around my office, and I sat down on the couch, put an X39 right on the patella, right on the tendon, and stacked an IceWave. So I put the tan patch on top of the X39 and held the white patch in several different places on my leg. And when you put the 2 IceWave, think of that as nodes of the battery, and there's an instantaneous vascular response, right? It's like working out the vascular tree in our blood vessels. So I held it a couple of different places just to activate, and felt almost immediate relief. Put the white patch on the back of my calf and left it there. But I had kind of done a little, you can think of that as a little massage. You know, you put IceWave on and it's massaging all of the little blood vessels in between. So instantaneous relief, felt 100%, no tenderness, even jumped up and down to see if, you know, we don't believe the results sometimes. And so we got to test it out, but it gets better and better. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing, Dr. Tom. Nice to see you. Nancy, please unmute.
I have a question. My daughter, I was listening to Ellie talk about her brain, and my daughter 3 weeks ago got a 7 millimeter brain bleed and a 4 millimeter midline shift in her brain. She survived that, but I've been I have Eon and X39, and I was having her put the Eon behind her right ear, and X39 she's been putting on the back of her neck. But she's struggling with headaches. She's amazingly done good, the doctors think, but I need to know what I can do to help her better.
Dr. Tom, please.
Well, we heard Michelle's amazing story about her father-in-law. And you've heard Nancy, many people point to consistency, and it's, you know, it took a while to get here. So folks with longstanding issues that they're challenged with, it is an experiment. So give her set expectations. Let her know this is an experiment. Just stay in really good communication. I would start with Eon, of course, and that's you can play there. You can play around the temples. You can play at the mastoids. We have a HAT protocol. Whoever you're working with, ask about the HAT protocol, and don't go too fast, too quick. You know, it's expectations. Stay really nicely hydrated. Help the person shift away from the various toxicities in their world, and help them do a little investigation of how to clean up life, how to clean up the water, and how to clean up the diet, and how to clean up the environment. Sometimes, sometimes it's toxic relationships and that kind of thing. Bring her to this call.
And she has been coming on this call sometimes, but
great.
And everything you just said is what I've been doing, and she's been real compliant. I think if she hadn't been, she'd been being worse, better, because she's had some good days. But then, she's had some bad days, and I think it's just healing. Maybe I think we're on track, but I am going to find out about the HAT protocol, because all those things you said is we've been doing, and she is consistent. She's really paying attention because she's
Good.
down.
Good, good, good. I want to share one more thing
Yeah.
too, if I could, Jerry. I shared this on the call last night. A lot of times when we use the technologies, the body's able to say something that it's been trying to say for a while, right? And so it's not fun. We call it retracing the appearance of an old symptom or the appearance of something kind of surprising and unexpected. And if that's the case, the good news is that means the technology is working. The bad news is, uh-oh, my body's telling the truth. So again, we want to be prudent and careful. And when that happens, and we sometimes suggest take off the patch, start it slow. You don't have to wear it for 12 hours. Start slow. And the taking off the patch often will bring relief. And we're so educated into the paradigm of relief is good that I suggested to people last night, don't go away. When you're back in relief and you've solved the symptom, that's not good news. It's good news that you feel better, but the problem still exists, right? Just because we're out of pain doesn't mean that's success. So please, please, please keep using it, right? You come back and try again. And
she's using those two patches really well, but the first week or so, I had a hard time getting her to take them off. She was just, because it's the only relief she was getting.
Keep at it. Good stuff. Keep at it. Good
Yeah.
stuff. We got a lot of hands here. I'll pass it back to Jerry.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're going to end up with Pat because we're running short of time. Although Larry, I can help you after Pat. So please, Majay, please come in.
Thank you so very much, Kate. Thank you so very much. Hello, everyone. I don't know if you guys know, but my family had been stricken with that virus, 3 out of 5, and so going through the cycles, it was totally different than the last, back when the virus first hit. It wasn't as severe as then, as it was this last week. We got through it quickly with the patches. It didn't last as long, though the symptoms afterwards, we became negative quicker, but the symptoms still were there. The coughing, that nagging coughing, didn't have as much body ache. But the foggy mind, yes. But the patches, I felt different. And it was just a beautiful thing. Using the X39, a lot around my neck and lung area. Also the Eon and the glutathione. I stayed on those 3. And I used the energy at night along with the SP6 to take off the toxicity of the virus. And so I really felt flushed out. I felt detoxed, and it really helped me. So thank you for allowing me to share.
Oh, thank you so much, Majay. Dushenko, unmute. And please, Larry, would you put your hand back up? And if you Google your condition, you'll be able to talk about it. And I'm pretty sure Dr. Tom will help you after that. So otherwise, just raise your hand and I'll help you out, Larry, so you can get an answer. Dushenko, please unmute.
I just wanted Dr. Tom's story about his calves reminded me that I cut my finger down to the bone in January, and I felt the bone stop the knife, and I said, I'm not going to the emergency room. I put in extra X39 on the back of my hand, in addition to the 8 patches that I normally wear, and went off to the mountains. There was no swelling. There was no redness. There was no pain. And 5 weeks later, 5 weeks, that's it. My daughter said, "Which hand did you cut again?" And you can see that index finger, there's no swelling, there's no scarring, it just looks perfect, like I had never cut it. And
Great. Thank you so much. Our
You're welcome.
wonderful patches. Yes. Pat, please unmute.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a question about a lady that is about to get on the patches. She's got a pretty significant adrenal insufficiency issue where her cortisol hormone is not being produced like it should be. She's in a great amount of pain. Now, she had a really good day just on the X39 Eon, but I was wanting to also recommend, well, either carnosine and or glutathione. What are some recommendations for this?
And I will ask
get to
Dr.
ask the
Tom
question.
and leave Dr. Tom be busy for the next two.
So we had
Yeah,
1,000
sorry,
people on Doc Talk last night. One of the things we were trying to dismantle in a very busy chat was the this for that mentality. And part of coming to these calls and part of operating inside these communities is we get a brand new feeling for regenerative capacity, right? The body, when capable, knows how to heal everything. And aging goes away. I mean, it's fun to listen to David talk about, what if lifespan really is 150 or 200 years or more? So all of that said, good, better, best. Good is X39, X39, X39. Always start with
Yep.
X39, right? And if people can only afford one thing, it's X39. Give it a month for every decade of life.
Okay.
Realistically, you want to set expectations and let her know this is a year or two of $99 a month, cost of a cup of coffee a day. So better is X39 and 49 performance bundle. Good, better, best. Yes, Pat, you can start, as she learns the community, as people understand the subtleties of all the different technologies, then we can start playing. But keep it simple, keep it simple, set expectations, X39, 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 and then, bring her along. Bring her along to the party.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. And Larry, did you Google or do you need some help? Come on in, unmute.
Good morning, everybody. I have tried to do the Google thing and get the symptoms, as we want to do here, but I do have a friend who's struggling with this, and he has an older sister that is also. So the buzzword is hereditary.
Well,
but,
let me preface this for Dr. Tom. It's a disorder causing inflammation and bleeding in the small blood vessels. Is that what you're?
No, he can't
Oh, it's
walk.
not that one.
No, it's a walking problem. He has urinary problems. It's a progressive thing that he's been dealing with for many years, and it's hereditary.
Oh, okay.
So he and his sister are both afflicted. They're in the middle 60s. He's at 62, she's 64.
Let me just jump in and I'm going to have to hop off, but docs don't speak these languages of regenerative medicine. And we've gotten brainwashed into the idea that just because something's hereditary, that it's inevitable. It's not. It's if everything we're calling chronic disease, everything, period, is a reversible condition. And consistency and, regular use of these technologies will turn back the clock slowly, right? So we keep talking about setting expectations, and good for you for reaching out. And the answer is yes. Will it help with fill in the blank? The answer is yes. Just
you're leading with X39 and
keep doing
X49.
Keep coming back. Yep.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, he's been very resistant. He's afraid of it because he's believing his doctors more than he's believing this.
Right.
They do.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Exactly. Okay, we're past the bottom of the hour, but real quick, Gail, do you want to jump in and a short one?
Yes, actually, I have a friend who has been on the patches, but she is claiming that she doesn't use it as often because it constipates her. And I told her it was likely she was dehydrated. She mentioned she drinks a lot, but only adds electrolytes once a day. So I'm welcoming suggestions.
with constipation, Dr. Tom? I mean, I don't think it's the patches myself. It's an outcome of, you know, what the body's made up. And is she really drinking a lot of water?
No.
I don't think she's drinking enough if she's constipated.
Right. Remember, you know, these X39 lets the body tell the truth, you know, then it brings an immediate competence to the physiology. It does not take off the table. This doesn't replace the need to make the lifestyle changes that caused the trouble in the first place, or that let the trouble mature in the first place, right? It's an investigation, and the deeper we're able to look at this, the more we can look around and clean up our lives.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. She is very diligent about stewarding her health. And so that I love what you just said, Dr. Ackland. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. And Laura Ben, one more time, but real short, please.
Yeah, just in regard to the constipation, a personal experience, it's not the patches. It's the dehydration.
Right.
But once a day electrolyte for me is not enough. I have to drink water with electrolyte all day long, and even nighttime when I wake up, I have to drink some water, and then it keeps me regulated. Otherwise, it does not work for me. That's all I want to share.
Thank you so much. Jonathan, real quick, did you have something real short you wanted to say? I saw your hand up one more time.
I just want to say real quick, a lot of you are smarter than me. I've been doing X39 and I'd use X49 every so often. I've been using X49 and X39 together, and I've been playing basketball without my knee braces, and I have no pain, none. Thank you, dear.
Right. You're welcome. Thank you. And that's going to end us today. We're past our time. There is no meeting tonight. Robin and Gregory are on a cruise. They're working. They're not just cruising, but there is no meeting tonight. So just tune in tomorrow night. And if you all want to unmute and say hello, goodbye, and happy St. Valentine's, happy St. Patrick's Day. Wear your
Happy
green
St.
today.
Patrick's Day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
Thank
you. Wonderful story.
That stick shift
Happy St. Patty's
moving.
Day.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Jerry.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank you so
everyone.
much. Thanks, Jerry, everybody who shared.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Glad I'm
Lavelle,
back with you
Majay, you
guys.
sound wonderful.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
bye-bye.
everyone.
I'm glad
Bye.
you're back.